Mike Owens here, and today I'm joined by Peter McGrail, who on the 15th of October headlines his first pro show, the return to Probellum Liverpool. Peter, always a pleasure, mate. How are things with you today?
Good lad, good. Nice day of training and finish off a little interview with you. Nice to have you down the gym, lad.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's good that we can finally connect in person, do a little stuff. But I guess the first question I want to ask is first main event of your career. Does this feel like a big moment in your career?
To be honest, it just feels like another fight at the moment. Maybe on the fight week might be a bit different, especially on the nights probably be a bit different. But on my debut, boxed on when Liam Smith beat Fowler, and I had a decent slot on that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Eddie sorted me out there, got me two before the main event, and like for me that was like a main event. I walked out, the stadium was packed. My tune come on, everyone was singing it. It was to have that for my debut. It makes like nights like this where I do eventually, and I'm headlining, makes them a bit easier. But yeah, it's just another fight, and I train 100% anyway. Whenever I train as hard as I can, get myself in the best condition I can be in, and I'll be getting the job done on the 15th.
Look, you'll tell me it's just another fight, but when we look at the bill, you're headlining over former world champion Rocky Fielding. World title challenger, 3-time world title challenger Jazza Dickens. So I know you're saying it's just another fight, but it's got to feel a little bit more special given where you are on the card and who you're underneath.
Yeah, 100%. It obviously does feel more special, but like any fight that you have, you've got to treat it the same, whether you're first on the bill, whether you're afloat, whether you're fighting for a world title, whether you're fighting a journeyman, because you've got to make sure you're 100% getting in that ring. Do you know what I mean? You can't ever underestimate an opponent, and yeah, as you say, I am headlining, and who we've got on the card there, obviously Jazza, we've got Joe, loads of Scousers, other Scousers who you'll know who's on it, and we've got the big Uzbek, haven't we, the gold medalist yet. So to be headlining above the likes of them, and Jazza fighting for the world title, it's special for us, for me and for the family, and obviously for the gym, and it just shows that like Probellum believe in me, and they're trying to push me on, and yeah, it's going to be a good night. Like,
with the exception of the fight in Dubai, all your other pro fights have taken place in the Echo Arena. Yeah. Probellum's first event in Liverpool taking place in the Echo Arena, but now we're moving to the Olympia. What are your opinions on the shift of venue?
At first, it was a bit like, because we originally thought it was going to be in the Echo, obviously, because the last one was there, and then they said the Olympia. But at first, I was a bit gutted because it was like, obviously, the Echo's the Echo, innit? Yeah. It's like, obviously, it's bigger, better gaff, it's in the arena. But like, as like the days went by, started to just think like, the Olympia is going to be packed out, you know what I mean? It's going to be, the atmosphere is probably going to be better than what it would have been in the Echo, because obviously it's enclosed, innit? Also, I've actually never boxed in the Olympia. So like say, when I've won everything, I'm going to win hopefully my world titles, and like, I'm finished my career, I'm retired. People might say to me, oh, did you ever box in the Olympia? Because it is like an historic venue. There's been many people box in there over the years. So, and I'll be able to say, yeah, I headlined the bill, do you know what I mean? I headlined the bill there. So there's loads of positives to it, because it's another one off the list in my own town where I've never boxed, considering how many amateur fights I've had and how long I've been boxing for. So yeah, at first I was a bit sceptical, but I'm half happy, to be honest. Yeah.
Let's talk about the opponent, Alexander Espinoza, 21-4-2 as a professional. Does this feel like a step up in class in terms of opposition?
Yeah. To be honest, Mike, I haven't watched them. Obviously, my coach Paul, he will have watched them quite a lot. And I just said to Paul, is he Southpaw or Orthodox? And he said Orthodox. And I haven't watched much of him at this moment in time. Obviously, know his record. So yeah, he is a step up. Do you know what I mean? Compared to all of my other opponents, but if you look at what I've done in the amateurs, the level that I've boxed at, the World Series boxing, all these major tournaments, the training camps away to mad gaffs, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, it's like I've got all experience, you know what I mean? Yeah. That I mightn't have in the pro ring, but I've probably had better experience in the amateurs than I have had in the pro ring up to now, do you know what I mean? So all of that's just going to stand me in good stead, and I've boxed against all styles, all millions of countries, and yeah, so you can say it's a step up, but I believe I'm good enough for these kind of step ups, and I feel like I'm already at this level. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's going to be my hardest fight to date, but I reckon I'm going to pass it with flying colours, 1,000,000%.
You're happy to almost be fast-tracked, and what I mean by that is relative to a fighter at 5-0, it's not the most impressive, 4-0, sorry, it's not the most impressive record on paper.
Yeah.
But as you mentioned there, with your amateur career, are you happy to almost get these challenges even earlier and kind of progress faster than your average 4-0 fighter?
Yeah, 1,000,000%, Mike. Like, obviously, it's I just leave it down to my team, left it to Probellum and my coach Paul. He has the final say who we fight. He sees me every day in the gym. He knows me. I've been with Paul since I was 10, since the start. He knows me in and out, and he has the final say. So even if he was to put me in with one of the top 10, one of the top 3 tomorrow, I'd take the fight. I trust him to pick the correct fight for me, and I believe in myself that much that I believe I beat anyone. Do you know what I mean? So it's it's exciting.
You, Joe, Nick Ball, Brad Strand, Andrew Kane. I feel like I'm missing someone.
Yeah, we've got the new fella, haven't we, Bomber?
Bomber, that's it, Bomber Brown. What is Paul Stevenson, doing that's so special at the ART that's producing all this young talent?
He's just, I don't know, you know, it's just standard for me and our Joe and the lads. Like as I said, me and our Joe and Andrew, we've been here since the start. Nick Ball and Brad been with Paul for years, and Bomber's just joined now. And like, I don't really know, because it's just, as I said, it's just standard. He's just, obviously, I'm been boxing with Paul now, 16 years, I'm 26, and like I'm still learning something new every day. Do you know what I mean? He's still showing me things. Like, the knowledge he's got's unbelievable. And as I said, we learn something new every day, and we believe in him as a coach, so we listen to him. We're all, like, you might have some fighters who they're not willing to listen and not willing to learn and try things in the sparring. Do you know what I mean? And if you look at the first 5 you named, me, Joe, Nick, Brad, Andrew, we're all around the same weight, so we've got good rounds of, like, we've got sparring in the gym, in-house, like, if we can't get none in any other gyms, and we're all bringing each other on, as well as Paul, who's teaching us things every day. And as I said, we're all willing to learn, we're all willing to try, and we're trying it out in sparring, and the results are coming through now, aren't they? Andrew's international champion, or international silver. Nick just won the silver on the Fury bill, then defended it against that awkward kid. And me, Brad and Joe aren't gonna be far behind with that. So, and then you've got Big Bomber, the heavyweight. He's like, obviously, he's massive, isn't he? He's made the average size for our gym. Fucking, yeah, do you know what I mean? But like, obviously, it's good for him to be in the gym with all of us who are all fast as fuck, and like, he's an heavyweight, so say like, there'll be times where we'll all do things and all the lads will be watching someone, so, and then us 5 will go first and then Bomber will go at the end. He's trying his best to keep up the speed that we've got, you know what I mean? So he's going to be flying soon as well. I'm looking forward to his debut.
We've got to, when we talk about all the people in the gym, we've got to talk about your Joe.
1,000,000%, yeah.
Little brother.
He's flying.
I'm the eldest of 4 siblings, so I know what it's like to have a sibling. How does it feel to have your younger brother go before you in the bill? What's the emotion like? Because you're preparing for your fight, but you're obviously worried about your kid. Yeah,
well, it's happened, out of my 4 fights, it's only happened once, hasn't it? He's had 5, but I think only one of them fights have been on the same bill. Was it my second fight? Or was it? No, it's been 2, hasn't it? 2, yeah. My second and my 4th, And it's obviously I'm probably more nervous for his fight than my fight. So but like I feel like every boxer gets nerves. Do you know what I mean? It's however different boxers handle them differently. I know I handle mine well. I've shown that throughout my career, and it's like when he's fighting, I'm like proper nerves for the fight. But then as soon as he's won, it's sort of like all my nerves have gone, and it's like, I don't know. It's just it's a mad feeling.
You get them out before your fight.
Yeah, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? And then I'm a bit more, and then I'm like, all my nerves have gone. I'm relaxed. Then, do you know what I mean? But then obviously a bit more nerves will probably come back once I start warming up and that, which is a good thing, because they make you more like don't know. I just feel like they make you more honoured and more alert, more. Do you know what I mean? If you use them to your advantage, but it's boss for the family. Like he could have tried to go to the route I went, the Olympics, Team GB. Which I give him advice. I said, look lad, it's naughty, do you know what I mean? It's heavy, like look what I've done, where I've been all over the world. Or literally, or the maddest gaffs ever, just had proper belted experiences with the lads and the girls. And But then on the same time, I said to him, look at you, if you turn pro now, you know what I mean? You're going to be in the gym with. To be fair, he was already in the gym with the lads anyway. He used to come in with like Andrew, Nick and Brad when I was in Sheffield and sparred him and that. And ultimately, it was his decision, wasn't it? And he decided to turn pro. And when I think about it now, I just think it was by far the best decision he could have made. Because like, we're in the gym every day together. Yeah. We don't really spar much, me and him. We might do the odd little bits of work together, but never proper sparring. But he's sparring Andrew, Brad, Nick, coming out when we're going sparring. He's going and sparring all world champions, and like he's only 19. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. He's absolutely flying, Mike. And it's as I said, we're in the gym every day together. We do our weights together. We run together. We eat together. It's boss. You know what I mean? And like in like however many years we're gonna look back and just think they were fucking the best years of our lives. Them lads. Do you know what I mean?
Did you want to follow in your footsteps? Did you want to go into boxing, or did you want to stay clear of it?
To be fair, I started when I was 10. He started when he was 7. He joined here when he was 7, so I was 13. So that was when I would have won my first schoolboy title and when I first boxed for England. I don't know whether he joined the gym before then or after then, but he will have been there when I was watching, when I was fighting and winning all of that. So if it was after, maybe that made him think I want to, and he's 7, he's not going to be thinking I want a bit of that, is he? He's obviously just joined the gym for a bit of fun, but the likes of him and my family, my mum, my dad, they've been with me every step of the way. Like, they've been all over Europe, they've been to China, Germany for the Worlds. They obviously couldn't make the Olympics because of all the COVID, but yeah, he's been, to be fair, I think it might have been his final like, what made him not change his mind because he didn't know what he was doing, but make his mind up was after my debut, and he seen, like, you know what I mean, seen what it was like, me walkout, and he was there with me all fight week. There was obviously that show was major, wasn't it? There was a proper fuss on the show, the press conferences and that, the weigh-in, proper crowds and that, and I reckon that's what made his decision. Do you know what I mean? He thought I want a bit of that, me, and I think it was the best decision he could have made, like.
Look, I'm not trying to start any family beef, but if we look on the records, he's a little bit ahead of you, 5-0 versus 4-0.
Yeah, he's flying in,
man. Any competitive little thing going between you where you want to hit certain records or it's any meant to fight or anything like that?
I wouldn't say in like boxing is like, oh, I want to get to 10-0 before him. I want to win this many titles. It's not even like that. We both want each other to absolutely smash it. Do you know what I mean? Proper love each other. But when it comes to like little games of, I don't know what, table tennis or something, or if we're on a run together, no, just like other things like that, then obviously there's major competitiveness. Like, I hate it if he beats me on like a game of pool or something, and like if I beat him, I'll proper wind him up, no, stuff like that. So there's competitiveness there, but with the boxing, like, it's just like, I'd be made up I'd be like, say if I become a 2-weight world champion and he become a 3-weight world champion, I'd be fucking made up. I'd be fucking proper proud, made up. Like, obviously he's my little brother, and you know what I mean? I fucking want him to do as well as he can.
Of course. When we talk about your amateur career, as you mentioned there, you spent a long time in the amateurs, you gained a ton of experience.
Yeah.
Now we've got these headliner fights, now we're progressing you as fast as we're kind of talking about. Does it feel like staying in the amateurs has kind of paid off, has paid dividends?
Yeah, definitely. Like, from the last Olympic cycle, like, a few people turned pro after Rio, didn't they? And I could have maybe done that. I would have been, what, how old was I? So would have been about 21, maybe 20. What are we in now? 22, 20. Yeah, would have been about 20. But like, who knows where I would have been now? You know what I mean? I could have been flying. You never know. I might not have been. Might have turned pro too young. We'll never know. But I'm happy that I stayed amateur and actually got to the Olympics, because that's what I wanted to do from a young age. And I reckon if I never ever went to the Olympics, I reckon, because I always thought I was good enough to get a medal, even though I still believe I'm good enough to get a medal, and I was. I just obviously got it wrong on the day. But I'm happy that I've done that, because I got all the family being all over the world to come and watch me. I'd belted trips, made all memories for us. And I won a medal at every single major, apart from the Olympics. And obviously, I was the first ever scouser to win a European gold. It's stuff like that, like, that's history, innit? That's with you forever, and it's 1,000,000%. Like, it's a fact that all that is why I'm like headlining the bill now on my fifth fight. And yeah, I've always said everything I've done in the amateurs is going to stand me in good stead, and it's proven me right here.
We hear a lot, and I don't want to use the word hype because hype implies it's false, but we hear a lot of Sam Jones, we hear a lot of pundits at the moment talking about where they think you could go to the world title level. Obviously, we're talking about the extensive amateur career, but you are still young in your pro career. Do these conversations that people having about you and what you could do, do they add any extra pressure going into these fights?
It could do a little bit, but I wouldn't say it affects me too much, because throughout my amateur career, it's always been from my first major was the Europeans, and I got the gold, beat the Ukrainian in Ukraine. There was probably always a little bit of pressure from that at every major I should be on the podium, and I was by the Olympics. So pressure's a good thing in a way, do you know what I mean? So, but I wouldn't say it's when I go to bed thinking, oh, Sam Jones says I'm going to be a world champion, do you know what I mean? But I believe in myself, I'm going to be a world champion. It's nice to know that other people believe in me, because it's a good thing, and it only makes you run a little bit faster, makes you train a little bit harder, and yeah, it's just it's a good thing, I'd say, Mike.
I would imagine, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I would imagine the extensive periods of the amateur career, you went on to tournament after tournament, podium after podium. That's probably one of the things that's taught you best, is how to handle the pressure, is how to handle the bright lights. I know it's only the amateurs, but it's the bright lights nonetheless.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. It is only the amateurs, but like the kids you're getting in there with, the Cubans, the Americans, the Russians, Uzbeks, Kazakhs, they're all naughty boxers, do you know what I mean? They're all heavy fighters, and even like the fighters that mightn't be technically that good, you're like, I'm trying to think of a country, whatever, the Moldovans or something, they're fit and they're tough, and like the grueling fights, you know what I mean? And say like you're like 4 fights in or something, and you're coming up against someone who's proper rugged, and that it's all different experiences, different styles, and that eventually I'm going to meet now in the pros, and it's like I've already been there and done that. So it's there, it's in the bank, do you know what I mean? I know how to handle it, I know how to handle most styles, I know how to work my way through fights, and that it's just all my amateur career is just paying me dividends now.
What I would like to do for one final question, Peter, is I'd like you to imagine where you wake up on the 15th of October. What time do you think you wake up on fight night?
On fight day?
Fight day,
I was thinking weigh-in day then, so fight day. Don't know, hopefully about saying no later than 10 bell, but like no earlier than 8 bell, do you know what I mean? We wanna have...
Let's go for a happy medium at 9 a.m.
9
I'd like you to walk me through the day. What happens in an ideal world on the 15th of October?
Get up, obviously do what you do, get showered, go down, have my brekkie, little poached eggs on toast, little bowl of cereal, porridge or something. Probably get out for a little float, little walk after my brekkie. Probably see the family if they're about in the day. Come back, have a little chill out. Maybe, depending on if I need another little nap, might have another little kip throughout the day. Probably get out for another walk. Might watch my opponents. Have a little blast. I might have a little look if I haven't already done it the week of or the day before. Have a little look just to not like a proper study, but just to have a little look how he comes out and have a little look at his style. Probably watch a few southpaws, a little bit of Lomachenko, a little bit of Pacquiao. I always do that around the time of my fights, and watch a bit of myself back. To be honest, watch a bit of myself back where I boxed well, me good fights, and then obviously I'll be having my dinner, every little pasta or something. That's grand once you've weighed in. It's you can't, obviously you don't eat shit, but you eat just like eating like all pastas and carbs and rice or bread, and that's heavy. And then what? But to be fair, the show's actually starting earlier. I think the main event's about 8. Yeah. So obviously I'll probably have my tea, my dinner about 3 bells, won't I? And then just be chilling out really, just be chilling out, focused, thinking, seeing myself with my arm raised at the end of the fight. And then I'll be going to see Joe before he leaves. He'll be leaving a bit before me. Give him a little hug, say smash it bro, do you know what I mean? Do the business. And then be going over to watch him I'll obviously probably see a few people there when I'm watching him. All the family will be ringside and that, and the little fella get the win, hopefully a little KO, and then I'll be back in the changes then, won't I? Get myself ready, get my kit on, Paul will do my wraps for me, and then it's just time to go, innit? Yeah. And then it's a little warm up, and then we'll be getting the job done. We'll be coming out the Olympia with a W.
Of course, well, 2 W's for the
two W's actually, yeah.
So as I said, it all starts again the 15th of October. We headline in your first event, Probellum, the return to Probellum Liverpool. So, Pete, thanks for your time this evening.
Yes, lad, thanks for coming.
If we don't see you again before, then best of luck for family.
Sound. Appreciate it, lad.